Bitcoin did pretty much exactly what I said it would. And that matters because the market is still under pressure. We're still in a downtrend. In this video, I'm going to share my screen and walk you through the charts showing how high we went, why price rolled over, and how low Bitcoin could realistically go from here. And also what will need to happen to change my mind for me to flip bullish again. At the end of the video, I'll also give my prediction in terms of what I think is likely to play out over the next 24 to 48 hours. And real quick, I'm Harvinder. I've been in Bitcoin since 2015 and I've been making these videos since 2022 actually. And I like to focus on the charts only and what they show. I ignore the noise. So let's get into this one. So this is a chart that I've been sharing over the last few days. And I said that when the price was around about here, this was just a few days ago, so you can watch my updates from then. I said, look, I'm expecting a little pump close to this trend line over here. And then I expect price to roll over. Now you can't see it properly because I've drawn this line here. But if I delete that, you can see that's pretty much exactly what happened. The price over here, it took another day or so longer, but we come up to close to this trend line and then it's fallen back down again. And so, yeah, where do we go from here? There's another chart that I want to show, which is tracking this downtrend as well. And that's this one here. And so you can see that, we've got this trend line over here. We've got this channel. And so we're still below this channel. Almost broke out, but then we've come back underneath it. And I'm going to delete this uptrend over here. We were speculating that, the price could go up and it could continue to go up, but it didn't. And so we are on a downtrend. And there's a couple of things that normally happen here. When a trend line is continuously tested, then it normally does break through. And that's something that could happen right now. But over the next few days, I'm not expecting any fireworks. So if anything, I do see, it doesn't even have to be a crash to the bottom of this trend line. It could just be rolling over until the new year and then it starts to break through. So that is what I'm personally looking at. One of the charts which I keep an eye on is this one here. And I do reference this most days. I said, look, from here, this is a strong trend line. So it is very likely to bounce from here. And this is the crypto stablecoin dominance chart. So what this basically means is that as this goes up, it just means more and more people are selling crypto and converting it into stablecoins. As this goes down, that means people are selling their stablecoins and going into crypto. And so, if we look at the height of the bear market, June 2022, we're almost at 70% over 70% in stablecoins. Right now we're at about 9%, and then we did go as low as 5%. And so that makes a big difference. So since the December 2024, which was only a year ago, that was the low point. So 5% of the whole crypto space, the actual market cap, was in stablecoins. Now that's doubled. Which is why the price has tanked like it has. And it's also important to note that even when Bitcoin was making its all-time highs, this was never at its lows. And so, it's interesting to think about that. You'd think Bitcoin being at all-time highs, this would be at all-time lows. But, money was going into alts as well, but not as much as we wanted. We never really got our real alt season. And so I talked about yesterday about the log chart and the linear chart, and you can see where it does make a difference. I keep a track of the log. And then let's have a quick flick through of some of the macro stuff. The S&P 500 actually did pretty well yesterday. So that's a good sign. So let's see what happens when the markets open up again. Gold, all-time highs. It's actually poked its head above this trend line, which is really interesting. This is if I go back, you can see this trend line goes back really, really far. It goes back to 1987. So it hit that top in 2011, and now it's actually broken through. So, who knows how high this could go. So I'm going to give it a few more days before doing some more TA, technical analysis on it. Look at silver. Oh my God. That's just ripped through. Now that is actually surprising to see. I knew we were, around about 60s, and now we've just and it punched even higher. So, I mean, all these things show that the economy is in good shape. And yeah, it goes back to what I always talk about, the money supply. There's just not enough money. All the money that was in Bitcoin has rotated into gold and silver and even in stocks. So we need more liquidity. This is the chart. Until this starts going up, we're not really going to see anything crazy happening in crypto. And the only thing that might happen if this stays flat still is that people will be selling their gold and stocks and converting that into Bitcoin. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. We need more money printing. And so for me, over the next 24 to 48 hours, I kind of see it staying flat around about here and probably falling a bit lower. Okay, thanks for watching. I make these video updates pretty much every day. And so, yeah, if you find them useful, feel free to subscribe, like, share, even comment down below. You can comment on any coins that you want me to look at. And yeah, I'll see you in the next update. Oh, by the way, I'm going live on Friday, around about 3 p.m. UK time. So you can jump on, ask me any questions. If there's any charts you want me to look at, as long as it's on TradingView, I'll have a look at it for you. All right, until tomorrow. Bye-bye.